Hello everyone. Today we will continue the earth pressure classes with Coulomb's wedge theory. During the previous classes, we have discussed regarding the Ranking's theory of active as well as passive earth pressure. Today we are going to study the Coulomb's wedge theory. So before starting the assumptions on which this theory is based, so let us go through how Coulomb assumed these theories. First of all, when we have studied the Ranking's theory, we have considered the condition of plastic equilibrium. But what Coulomb did, instead of considering the equilibrium of the small element within the mass of the material, Coulomb considered the equilibrium of the whole of the material supported by the retaining wall. When the wall is on the point of moving slightly away from the filling. The wedge theory of earth pressure is mainly based on the concept of a sliding wedge, which is torn off from the rest of the backfill on movement of the wall. So here is a diagram which establishes his theory. So based on this theory, he has made some assumptions. What are these assumptions? The soil must be isotropic and homogeneous. The rupture surface has to be a plane surface. The failure wedge will be a rigid body. The pressure surface is a plane surface. There will be a wall friction on the pressure surface. Failure will be two-dimensional and the soil will be cohesionless. So these are the assumptions on which Coulomb's earth pressure theory exists. And what will be the value of the forces that are acting? The forces that will be acting on the wedge of the soil are normally given by its weight, that is W, the reaction R along the plane of the sliding, and the active thrust PA against the retaining wall. R will act at an angle phi to the normal of the plane of the sliding. The pressure P is inclined at an angle of wall friction delta to the normal, which is considered positive. Both the values of R and PA will be inclined in a direction so as to oppose the movement of the wedge. So how this wedge is achieved has been discussed here. So how to draw the wedge, that is triangle ABC. So first of all, what we have to find out, see, AB is the pressure phase, that is the phase or the retaining wall on which the pressure is acting. The backfill surface is BE. BE is a surface which is the backfill and it is inclined with the horizontal with the angle of beta. What is alpha? Alpha is the angle made by the pressure phase AB with the horizontal. Capital H will be the height of the wall. AC is the assumed rupture plane surface. This AC surface is assumed. And according to the theory, it will be a straight line. Theta is the angle made by the surface AC with the horizontal. And weight of the soil W will be the YA or gamma A, where A is the area of the wedge ABC. From this theory, we are going to find out the intensity of active earth pressure. The intensity of active earth pressure in case of Coulomb theory is given by half of gamma H square into Ka, where the value of Ka is given as sine square alpha plus phi divided by sine square alpha sine of alpha minus delta multiplied by 1 plus root over of sine of phi plus delta multiplied by sine of phi minus beta divided by sine of alpha minus delta into sine of alpha plus beta whole square. So this is the value of active earth pressure. In similar fashion, we can easily find out the value of the passive earth pressure, where PP will be equal to half of gamma into H square into Kp, where Kp equals to sine square alpha minus phi divided by sine square alpha into sine of alpha plus delta multiplied by 1 minus root over of sine alpha plus delta sine of phi plus beta divided by sine of alpha plus delta sine of alpha plus beta whole square. So from the solution of Coulomb's theory, we can obtain the value of Ka and Kp, that is coefficient of active earth pressure and coefficient of passive earth pressure, as the follows. These are the coefficient of active and passive earth pressure. So next, let us shift to Kalman's method of earth pressure distribution system. So whenever we have gone through the Rankins theory and Coulomb's theory, Kalman's theory gave a graphical solution to evaluate the earth pressure, and this theory is mainly based on the Coulomb theory. In his method, it can be conveniently used for ground surface or any kind of shape, for various types of surcharge loads, and for layered backfill of different densities. These are the main advantage of Kalman's graphical method. So let us go for active earth pressure. Next we will go for the passive earth pressure. So how this diagram is being carried out? So first of all, we have to draw the ground line, that is the phi line and the chi line that can be seen in the figure. A slip plane AC1 has to be taken. Then we have to calculate the weight of the wedge, that is BAC1. Here BAC1 is the wedge, and we have to plot it as AD1. So AD or AC are the wedge on the sum scale on the phi line. So through the D1, we have to draw D1E1 parallel to the chi line to cut the slip plane AC1 in F1E1. Similarly, we have to take another slip plane, that is AC2. We have to calculate the weight of the wedge of BAC2 and plot it as AD2 on the phi line. Again we have to draw D2 and F2 parallel to the chi line to cut the slip plane AC2 in E2. Next we have to take a number of such amount of slip planes, that is AC3, AC4, AC5 etc., and plot the weight of the corresponding wedges on the chi line and obtain the points such as E3, E4 etc. Then we have to draw a smooth curve through points A, E1, E2, E3, E4 etc. And this curve is known as Kalman's line. Again we have to draw a tangent to the Kalman's line parallel to the phi line. The maximum value of the earth pressure is represented by the intercept DE on the adopted scale. The DE being drawn through the point of tangency parallel to the chi line. AEC represents the critical slip plane. To locate the point of application of the resultant pressure, we have to draw parallel to the critical slip plane AC through the center of gravity of the sliding wedge BAC and obtain its intersection on the back of BA. So this is the diagrammatic procedure for Kalman's graphical method. So when the ground line is a plane, then the weights of the wedge will be BAC1, BAC2, BAC3 etc. So this is the way to find out the value of the active earth pressure as well as the passive earth pressure. So these are the methods: Rankins, Coulomb's and Kalman's method. So why these methods are being adopted or being practiced so as to suppress any kind of failures or the retaining wall failures. So what are these kind of retaining failure? Most of the geotechnical failure which includes, that is sliding of the retaining wall or overturning of the retaining wall. There can be bearing failure, there can be instability failure, and there can be settlement. So as to avoid this kind of failures in geotechnical engineering, so all the methods which are used for measuring of earth pressure are of utmost important. So for providing the lateral support, what are the structures that are being provided? Either retaining wall is being provided, or soil nailing is being carried out, or reinforced earth wall are provided. So these are the special type of structures which are provided to give the lateral support.